Now, the speaker, the general speaker, they are playing.
Tomorrow, we can say one of you. Well, why is that doing?
Touch on the issue of the threshold bill that was passed recently, and then a motion of reconsideration was taken by one of our colleagues, which sparked heated debate around here. You know, on the 9th of December 2025, the House of Representatives passed on this bill and sent it to the Senate for concurrence. This bill was crafted following the submission of the 2022 census results, which puts Liberia's population at around 5.2 million plus. And this submission was done to satisfy the constitutional requirements that are enshrined in Articles 80D and 88. Each constituency shall have an approximately equal population of 20,000 or such number of citizens as the legislature shall prescribe in keeping with population growth and movement.
I'm the senior political advisor to His Excellency Joseph Imabuakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. But I also happy to be the spouse of the Speaker.
The example of our President, His Excellency Joseph Imabuakai. This is why we are here. Let me be on record. This is the national actor of Republic of Liberia. That is the nucleus of Liberia. No. But the central government have forgotten. And will continue while who will speak. Mercy. In the world.
From the executive. Why the president chose the football academy right after the exit of the field, even playing in elementary school. You know, to football academy, something that was been done by President Weah, who is celebrated around the world as and everyone should watch that, because if this woman go ahead and build a football academy, and when he background in football, that's yeah.
And later approved by the legislature. If you spend $10 million on a government project, which institution funded it? Some of the money hitting the budget. For example, they spent $1 million for Foya Hospital, but there are more people in Basso. There are more people in Magidi. You know, so how do you allot money? There's a lot more money being spent for Kolahun Hospital, and there's also money being spent for current hospital in Zozo. So this year's budget is almost 2 million money. I mean, in Lofa, are they giving to go back for it and spend on other projects?
Distinguished colleagues, I want to say good morning to every one of you, and thank God that we're in 2026 I mean, this is a very pleasant morning. All we can say, we want to thank you for life. He has given us another breathing space. However, I am reminded of the conversation that was in the chat room yesterday where the speaker validated that Cecilia Porkun is his biological sister. That leads us to the fact that Richard Kun, at this point in time, you should recuse yourself, that you have committed crime under our marital law, the domestic law of this republic, that incest is a crime. So until we get reasons why you marry your sister, I think you have lost legitimacy to preside as speaker. So it is just the right thing for you to recuse yourself. And one thing, there are a lot of colleagues calling me and say, oh, you're from the Phonetic over blah, they fire, you're not supposed to be commenting, you're not supposed to be talking. There is not a no damn blah thing that we're talking about. We are talking about the credibility, the image of the house that represents every one of us, the legislature as a body. Do you know what happened? That a woman is claiming that she got a marriage divorce certificate from the civil law court. The reputation of our judiciary is placed on a question. Now the executive is also placed on a question. The legislature is placed on a question, and the lives and the status of our Liberian brothers and sisters in the United States of America now being in danger. I mean, this is a great allegation. I'm hoping that our dear speaker can do the right thing. I'm not talking about removal or Richard Kun. I'm only saying he should recuse himself, because they are also saying the woman fake document and blah, 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 blah. In this, you did marriage, and then now we have credible information. The documents will be available today. That, I mean, pictorial evidences will be out that you did marry, and you
big news.
The big news in the corridor. Are you people planning to remove the speaker?
But this is not a speaker house.
Are you one of those?
This place is not a speaker office. It's not anybody personal property. Anybody who falls below the belt. And requirement. Obviously, it behooves the members to ask you to step aside.
Do you want the
So
speaker out?
I'm saying to
Okay, so you don't want me out.
no, I don't.
With create jobs, real jobs, that roads that connect our children. So no mother ever has to watch her child suffer because some politicians stole the help budget. CMC will unite this nation. To you, students of a better future. You, the mother who prays for her children every night. You, the father who sweat feeds what Liberia has become. You in the diaspora, you, but whose heart never left home. This is your movement. This is your movement. This is your Liberia. So I'm asking you. No, I'm calling you to join us. Join CMC. Not because we have all the answers, but because this year, 2026, the year of change, the year with what is ours. Liberia first, citizens empowered for the people, by the people. Happy New Year, my people. The awakening has begun. And public.
These kind of words we live in today. I got a letter from Obama from his foundation. He sent me notes. And then he sent this note, and then in the note, it said President Obama. And so then somebody is telling me, why you always call George President? I said, I don't even like to talk to people like you. He said, why? I said, because we're not writing to people like you.
That we made on yesterday. I think this is the time for all to correct them. So to see us coming back in 2029, we will be in executive mansion in 2029. These are things that the record should speak to. So we encourage our people to get their ID card and their membership done, and let the record that do because and there's no record to show. So these are things that sometimes we got frustrated over them. You know, when opportunity come and they don't reach us, we get frustrated. But some of us in leadership have said it's important that the record show. When the record show, it was very, very successful, and in fact, because of the social story behind it, we got to extend it to another, make the team to come for 2 days, and then from then on the days.
If we're going to go to collaboration, we will spend a lot of time agreeing what we want to do for the country. What is quote unquote the agenda? We're not wait till the office. Who will do it? Who will take what position? It has to be in the context of what you're trying to achieve.
Now people here the born here. Now they do doing anything there, but all not by here. We only doing any water. So if any our children.
What are some of the things that they
You know, no, but our own children, it will not even.
So now, the way the water business looking here like this, the garden area that you have here, to be able to bring hand pump. I mean, what do you want to tell them?
Okay. What I want you people to tell them is, don't, if I get one person, I get it. I get two person, I get it. We want the people to help us to get pump in our town. Look at that distance from in our town here. The whole province we can fit here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They say based on money. They say based on presidency. They say based on technology. Based on war. Tell me, there is no job, no love, no money for hustlers. We got major we got major story. Hey, there's no job, no money for hustlers.
Indeed, we got some major headlines, some major stories in your area.
Nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow with our children.
This is Ricardo, and we like to wish him speedy recovery as he goes through his recovery process. So we say good evening and welcome to the round table on Wizz TV, your platform for informed discussions today. I'm your host, William McGill, and tonight we focus on two major developments as we currently go across our country, Liberia. First, we will look at the issue coming in from WAEC Liberia in terms of their calculated situation. We will run there and bring you up to speed with that development. And secondly, we will be looking at a recent statement on 50/50 Shore that talks about a collaboration with the NEC when the standard bearer or the political leader Alexander Benedict Cummings spoke about things he will do in terms of a possible collaboration comes 2029. So tonight we hope that you stick with us as we going to break down the facts, ask the difficult questions, and provide perspectives that matter. This is the roundtable. We took a short break with our team song to be back shortly. We are also, trying to secure partnership on the program where we can be able to promote your institution, your business as well. So if you are then looking for a way to promote your business or institution, feel free to reach out to us uh, as we go ahead.
This is where people are suffering. We got lame people, blind people. I mean, what I need, man. People too much need. Come on, yeah. I mean, people. Love, man. How many people do you cherish? Only poor man. No job, no money. No girls, no.
Welcome back to the program, and thanks for being with us on the pleasure to my gift. So basically tonight, we are going to run you through as usual with today in history. On June 4th, 1917, publisher Joseph Pulitzer awarded funds to Columbia University to reward excellence in and we expect you to stay there. Let's run to the British, bring these developments in terms of happenings across our globe, Africa as well. S- So this is exactly what it is. We have heavy gunfights here is what, and then you can just have a full screen through, right? So a full screen, a capital state. So in Somalia for protests after the president's term by a year, and as here right here is have another article coming in says to death for killing worshippers at Nigeria, and it says a fifth man was discharged and acquitted by the court due to Yeah, so we apologize for the breaking uh as you are aware, we're having some serious bad weather. And yeah, so like I said, right, we have these tourists coming in from across the continent. And let me at as huge fire, a very huge. That's exactly. The first thing here is the fact that um, uh, for for that we have seen several reports of the situation, and several institutions came out to speak on the issue concerning the whole WIAC thing, right? And let me just read this. What the National Office of the West African Examination Council has confirmed that candidates sitting this year's West African Senior School Certificate examination were not provided calculators due to what it describes as a global crisis involving the United States and Iran. So we understand there's a whole Iran and the U.S. issue is serious. That uh, most of our situations in Africa, the blame will be placed on, and the fact that that is going to happen. How that are writing the exam to pass, if the processing fees or whatever they pay and whatever the government contributing is is involved with the fact that they should be able to have calculators. The few years back when they started this entire WAS situation, uh, we as as students at the time had the opportunity to receive calculators, and back in our school, I really never cared about taking calculator to school every day, but um, it was the fact that you need the calculator if you are a science student. Even if not, you will have to use the calculator. And speaking today at WIG Register Office, per KL and everything can be given in terms of student. This is I've said this over and again, right? Our country, Liberia, it's not just Liberia. West Africa as a whole, we have to be serious in the fact that we are headed, in a space and are doing better in terms of development. We cannot be bringing ourselves as a nation and reducing our prestige, and we expect things to work the and why Liberia is a very reputable and big institution. That's one thing. That's the first one. And second of all, you are giving a public test, which is something, if I want to break another discussion on, the test high school students to be able to fulfill their 12 to 14 years in high school. If possible, you spend 20 plus years trying to graduate from high school, trying to get out of a space that you still have a lot of time to go and figure your life and be able to think, oh, this is the right place I fit, and this is X, Y, and Z. This is X, Y, and Z. You cannot be in that position and then you be very careless. This is an high on serious Dave Boto and his team of workers are. Why are we as people here in other countries like Ghana, like Sierra Leone, like Nigeria, other countries we write their exam with, as we claimed is a West African Nigeria have to procure their materials separately, or is WAEC or WAS as a whole wonder if they are able to ask these questions, or they just sit and listen to whatever thing the person will be doing these kind of press conferences or doing these statements. You should be able to answer them. You should be able to tell us that whatever thing you're doing it all. We need to get serious. Back war and the education sector is getting worse every day. And to the point that we are eating things that might likely distract people from going to school. Or maybe I might just sit here and just know how to read and write and use the internet. It's as easy as it is. Of course, you cannot be playing with the future of a whole country. And then when these people walk out of the walls of high school, goes to university, graduate, and this is the education system in this country is worst. Very, very messy. On the agenda. In structures from high school level to university levels are all taking bribes. So the people that are even in kindergarten, elementary as well, you know, telling these children that the right thing to do is to pay money, is to be corrupt. This is where it comes in. We we appoint or let these people into public offices. They end up being corrupt because they were taught to be corrupt from the onset in high school to universities. and everywhere is corruption. You cannot go anywhere in Liberia to get anything done, and you get it done with ease, might end up jumping to corruption. Day Boto is the wrong thing. As a boss of wire, you have to be serious and on time and be able to tell these people, you know, we can provide you the calculator, can provide you this, and you'll be able to provide it in time. Why is it why it was not postponed because of global in terms of the US and Iran war? Should we use all of these factors as an excuse for our own failure and poor planning? I call that poor planning. Very poor planning from WIAC. And like I said, we have to be serious in this country. Few years from now, people might not even want to return university. You might just sit right to your house and learn whatever they're teaching you in the classroom. Because from high school to university, it's the same old thing. But every now and then, we have to write exam, egg or pass 100 subject. And let's look at all of these things, right? This is something our education needs to do. For instance, we're good at arts, English, literature, vocabulary. And let me stick there. And in fact, all of those courses or all of those subjects, I might not be 100% good at them. But the government will force us all to do 7, 8 subjects, 12, 14 subjects, and I do this. They go to as a head of that institution. Like you said, Friday, which is tomorrow, or over the weekend. The weekend starts to be ready to give our people, our brothers and sisters, the students of Liberia, their consignment of the calculator. It's something very serious and very embarrassing for our country, Liberia, and for the test as well. We cannot run such an institution in that manner. What is it? Tell us the truth. You didn't have sufficient funds to be able to procure this material. Say it. If that is going to be changed, say these things. Say it if that is the case. Do you know how long you had to prepare for such situation? From the beginning of every school year, it runs up to almost the end of the school year. We're already in June. As of June around. Let us be serious as a body, as an institution that is ready for progress. You have to be very, very have to. You have to be. Of course. I said um, again, it's just a way of speaking out for this is why journalism is very important into the society, and this is why journalists we have journalists also being part of the society because we talk and we are there to checkmate these individuals and various institutions and the citizens as well. So, Dave Boto, That's our own message to you, and you have to listen up and be able to do the right thing. Let me take Mr. Cummings' voice and the clip once I listen to that too as well, and then we can talk about things from political parties as we head to 2029. Uh,
That if we're going to go into collaboration, we will spend a lot of time agreeing what we want to do for the agenda. Now, yeah, but not be you got to be clear on that. That provides the basis for the collaboration. And to do what, who will take what position, it has to be in the context.
um, Leader of the alternative National Congress there on I think Tuesday. You were on Sky Radio 50/50 program. Spoke about so many things, right? And happy if there could be a possible collaboration for any. First of all, I'll say this plainly as a talk show host. Mr. Cummings have tried a lot, but I think where he lacks is the fact that he do not have a very good PR in his political party. That's the first one, from my own observation, right? Second of all, you haven't had the right people. That's part of campaign period. You haven't had the right people to reach out to the people and make them understand his plans for Liberia and what he thinks should be doing. And you see yourself as a very great phenomenal force in the political space. The first thing you need to do, irrespective of electionary period, and I understand the fact that you have a sitting government being a threat, and we want to step on. You want to be a president for Liberians, not a senator for Monserrato. Reach out, get people that you can trust. Don't deny right even election period. That's the worst part. So you go there, identify serious projects you can be able to help with, programs you can be able to impact the life thing that is very, very prudent, right? These are the two things I firstly want to stress them. Uh, I've tried, and I think two elections is probably third or fourth into what have been the reason or reasons why you having won the election. Lay down clear objective that you are able to do to be able to change the narrative Liberians are tired trying the wrong people. That's one. Number two, there's a stigma that you publicly, deny not against you in terms of your sexual orientation that you say clearly is fabricated and you use some air voice, which of course, whatever you say, granted, because be able to make these people understand. I learned one thing back in 2020 period. I was in Margibi working as a journalist, and there was some politics making, and that strategy works. Vision that is being disseminated by the radio, and it digests them properly. To let go is very hard. The illiteracy rate in this country to we are there. So you have to reach out to people, make people to understand that you're capable. That's the first thing. If not, you will continue trying, and trying, right? 2029. When you contest, if it doesn't go your way because you don't have the right people to make it work, can't forget about politics and just be won't be struggling behind one party or to become president for Liberia until you can hold your stake in your hands. And you already owe Mr. Cummins. That's what I can say. And let me get back to the real topic here, right? The topic that has to do with the collaboration. When I listen to that I see that you've learned from the past where you went into collaboration with collaborating political parties. There's no, if I would say right, there was no mutual understanding to come to one agreement in terms of who could lead the CPP at the time as tender bearer. That was an open secret and everything. So I think that alone taught you uh, a great lesson. Second, presidential can collaborate with a very strong political party that have the trust to lead this country. The ANC is not that big in terms of visibility. How visible all of political parties like the UP, like the CDC, like the LP, you know, maybe back then the MPP and other parties used to be big, but they do not have the face again. Like these parties have listed is to be able to knock down, if not the CDC or the U collaborating, you must be able to identify what is it that you need to put on the table. Because again, if you collaborate with parties and you win election, everybody do want to share in government. Every party will want to control certain areas and have their, supporters or partisans who haven't working government. Because in Africa, The only place to serve and get rich is government. You go there, you steal, you get rich out of the poor people. They make taxes high, things get tough, and everybody suffer. But you're that in politics or in those positions enjoy while the people suffer. That struggle on the ring to put you there. Have these things done. Make them new. And tell yourself that this is what you want for Liberia. Make your objective clear, like you said. So I want to take this clip again one more time, if I.
That if we're going to go into collaboration, we will spend a lot of time agreeing what we want to do for the country. What you will work together in government, who will do what, who will take what position. It has to be in context of what you're trying to achieve.
And I like the fact that Mr. Cummins is well educated. So I feel like you got to get the concept of what you want to achieve for Liberia. You guys are into the political land space of our country, right? And the fact that we do have so many political party system that even me, I get small money, I'll go register my party. We of recent, I just saw my brother Martin Colley advertising his own political party. So that's the thing, right? You have to be strong enough to be able to beat down these people. You have to collaborate. If there's no collaboration, because the votes are going to be shared. Unlike other countries, do have sub parties that are honored or one party support one party. Whoever they chooses as standard bearer, everyone goes there and support that individual because they believe you have the ideology. But unlike Liberia, if a person is from XYZ party and they just believe in one person, that's exactly how it goes. I remember uh 2012 election when George Weah, former president, lost the election only because he has someone sitting in as, I think Winston Totman at the time. As tenor bearer, he went as, vice tenor bearer. He still got weight. People say that him they wanted. So this is how it work. And these are realities. Mr. Cummins, you have to have people that are ready to see you win as you are getting older and keep fighting, to become president for this great nation like Liberia. You need people that can be able to make things work and reach out to people in various villages and make them to understand that, you know, this is exactly what you guys want for that country Liberia. These are things that you guys are capable of doing. These are things that you guys are very capable of doing. So again, we want to take a quick break and let's take a break with this our team song. Once we get back, we will again close up the program here tonight on the round table. Let me send out speedy recovery to Picardo, and yeah, this is it.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, they say pay some money, they say pay some presidency, they say based on technology, they say based on
Major headlines right there by Ricardo. Thanks to all of you for coming on tonight to join us on the program, The Roundtable. And we want to say thanks to all of our viewers across Liberia and beyond for joining us in discussing these important national issues. Conversations like these remain essential in strengthening accountability and promoting, public awareness and encouraging constructive dialogue in our society. So remember that basically the future of our country depends on only us, not just on leadership, right? So you have to be informed citizens and willing to engage in meaningful discussions about these issues that are affecting our nation. And on behalf of the entire production team here at Wizz TV, I'm your host, William McGill, saying thank you for watching. Stay informed and stay engaged and continue to make your voice count. Good night and God bless Liberia. God bless you all too. And God bless our beautiful nation, Liberia.
there is no job. To sleep. Come and see the widow living in a skip with our children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter. Oh, children have to eat. We are made oh, we are made hey, yo. There is no job, no money for us. Raise your hand up. Raise your story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially women. No job, no money. No girls, no glory. No help for poor men. That's what we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no money. No girls, no glory. No help for poor men. That's what we know. We are millionaires. We are millionaires. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got million headlines. We got million stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. You don't know stories? You've been writing stories from rock of ages. Keep writing stories about people who not too concerned. We got a lot of people in the ghetto, people on the block, people in the street. If y'all know what I know, follow me, and I'll take you to places where people are suffering. We got lame people, blind people. I mean, people that in need, man. People too much in need. Come on, yeah. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no money. No trust, no glory, no help for women. That's what we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially women. No job, no money, no trust, no glory,